Chapter 15. Would that I could cry out, said this blessed soul, when under divine illumination she saw these things, loud enough to strike with fear every man upon the earth, and say, Miserable beings, why suffer ye yourselves to be so blinded by this world, as to make no provision for the dire strait ye will find yourselves in at the hour of death? Ye all shelter yourselves under the hope of God's mercy, which ye say is so great, and ye consider not that this very goodness of God will rise up in judgment against you, for having opposed the will of so good a master, his mercy ought to constrain you to do all his will, and not encourage you to do evil. Be assured that his justice cannot yield, but must in one way or other be fully satisfied. Let no one buoy himself up saying, I shall confess, and then I shall receive a plenary indulgence, whereby I shall be cleansed from all my sins, and get through safely. Know that a plenary indulgence requires confession and contrition, and this latter is so difficult to obtain, that if ye knew how difficult, ye would tremble with fear, and rather make sure of not gaining, than of gaining the indulgence. Chapter 16. I see that the souls in purgatory, in the midst of their pains, are sensible of doing two things. First, that they are suffering willingly, for when they perceive their own deserts and God's majesty, they think that he is treating them with great leniency, in afflicting them as he does. For had not goodness tempered justice with mercy, through the satisfactions of the precious blood of Jesus Christ, 1,000 hells would have been the portion of a single sin through all eternity. Hence they suffer all their pains gladly, and would not rid them of a single pang. Knowing that all is justly deserved and righteously ordained, they no more complain of God, so far as their will is concerned, than if they were in life eternal. Secondly, they are conscious of feeling positive satisfaction in beholding the love and mercy with which God orders his work within them. They are made sensible of these two facts at one and the same moment, and being a state of grace, understand them as they are, each soul according to its capacity, and they experience great happiness which never grows less, but on the contrary, goes on increasing the nearer they approach God. They do not know these things directly in themselves, but in God, on whom their attention is more fixed, far more than on the pains they suffer, and of whom in comparison they make far more account. For one glimpse of God exceeds every pain and every joy a man can conceive, and though it exceeds, does not take away one particle of the joy or of the pain.